All right, we are in the 2024 4th of July tournament. We're in the weekend round in the Reiki division. Could I say that any faster? We're on the back nine, and I had a horrible front nine. Horrible front nine. Not only did I shoot at 14, but I think there was at least three of the holes that I got eagles on I had to recover from the rough. I think there was two of them from the rough and one of them from the sand, and I got lucky. I got the 14. That's how bad the front was. That's how bad the front was. So I am in a deep hole. I'm gonna have to shoot an 18 on the back in order to have any shot. There's no shot, but I'm gonna have to light it up. So I'm just gonna go out there and have fun because I'm out of it. So the whole goal here is to try and get in the top 10. I have no idea what's up at the top, but if I can get in the top 10, I can at least recover my balls. I started the week off with 150 berserkers, and what do I got left? I got 140. So, and I'm going to use several of them here. So in order to get my ball inventory back up, and my kingmakers that I've used, because I've used a bunch of kingmakers. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 1.2 times the wind. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Bounce, diddy, bounce, diddy, bounce. Let's try and hit this perfect this time. That would be the goal. I did not hit it perfect on the front. I was able to get in, but I didn't hit it perfect. Let's try and make some of these holes easier on myself. So I'm doing a 20%, so it's whatever the wind is. That's how many rings. It's 1.2 per ring, and it's 20%, so it's whatever the rings are. Got the right ball, got the right clubs. Here we go. I'm pulling back to the plus 28 mark with max topspin. And it is carrying. It's the trajectory is fine with the 20%, but how much the ball is carrying on the second bounce down there is huge. I don't know if it's getting some uplift as it goes over the creek or what the deal is, but it's definitely carrying about a whole ring set farther than what it looks like. And if you adjust that out and try and adjust it out by doing a bigger percentage, you're going to be off trajectory. Max. I'm going to do all the side spin. Let's do all of the spin. Where's that second bounce hitting? I don't want to hit there. I want to hit more in the center. 5.1 rings. Can I get where I can see my freaking rings? Maybe. .1. Let's see if we can hit it perfect. Oh, fuck no. I hit it 2 rings great to the right on the front, and now I hit it 2 rings great to the left on the back, and that'll put me right in the sand on the other side. And that's right where my opponent was on the front. I hit to the right, he hit to the left, or they hit to the left. Not sure if it was a guy or a girl. All right, Paul. Let's see if they can get where they want, or if they're in the sand as well. They're in the sand as well. Now, they got the benefit. They do have a precision ball here. I wish they put a little bit of a gap on that. It's hard to get back to 0 spin. I was catching those perfect on the front, but I am not. My game has gone downhill since I started. I peaked. I think I peaked in the opening round. Now I'm struggling. All right. Now I got to get eagles on everything and 2 albies. I'm not sure where I'm going to get that second albie, but somewhere. I'm not sure if there's another hole out there where you can get There's one hole that we do have an Albie shot on. That is the benefit of bringing those precision balls when you're doing a shot like that. If you end up in the sand or the rough, it is big. Big. All right. That is not how we wanted to start the back. All right, hole number 2. Which way is the wind blowing? That one works for us, and I'm bringing a Kingmaker Heartbreaker. And I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to do whatever the wind is. So the wind divided by 1.2. I'm pulling back to the +8 mark with 4.5 topspin. I was talking on the front side about bags. Some things that they could do that would, like, in my opinion, like, really put importance on your clubs, and like learning how to hit different clubs and really trying to set your bag up, is like some of the things that they could do to make these tournaments more exciting is make us have to declare a bag. Like we declared bag number 1 or whatever bag that you want to declare. You set a bag up just for this tournament. And especially if they were strategic when they, there's some of these holes that, like, there's a Goliath rough bump. But the Goliath may not be the long iron that you want to take on every hole. Nice. Nice. That works. Or there's some of the holes where you need to bring out a bigger wood. 4.5. 4.5 +8 mark. .5. 2.1 rings. A little bit of curl for flavor. Hitting it perfect. If I concentrate on it, I can get close to hitting perfect. Now I did this on the front. And what am I doing here? I've been taking off 2.2 to the cup. And I did that on the front. I took off 0.2, and if I'd have just hit it straight up, I would have been in the hole. And we have a slight bit of headwind here, so I'm going to do just the normal pull, just a 0 adjustment. Oh, they were all the way there and they didn't make it. That sucks. There's Max Grizzly, there's Min. So I'm in mid club, so it's 3.1 rings. And I'm going to just do a straight up 3.1 rings. .1 rings. See if we can get lined up here. There's 3.1. Exactly. Hitting it perfect. Oh, and there I should have added on one. It's rotating around depending on which way the wind's blowing. You may have to take off a little bit or add on a little bit or hit it straight up. Urgh. But wouldn't it be cool if you go out there? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would say no, it would not be cool. But it would be cool. It would make you have to really think about your clubs to be able to go into a tournament and declare a bag for that round. You could switch bags between rounds, but you'd have to go look at the holes and think about how you're going to play it. You'd have to be strategic about it. Like, hey, yes, there is one of these holes out here that it's a struggle to get eagle without a big hitting wood. But if I bring that big hitting wood, especially if you have mid-developed clubs where you've got like a big dog, and the big dog is not a bad club, but it's not a club that it doesn't have a lot of ball guide in it. And if you have a bunch of other shots, where your sniper's the key. You know, do you bring out that club for that one, or now you're sacrificing a shot on that one hole, and you may be struggling. Maybe you could bring out a bigger ball and you could compensate for it. But there's some of the holes out here, it doesn't matter what ball you bring out, the second shot's still a bitch. It would be kind of cool to do that. It definitely make people think about their clubs more and practice with some clubs that they may not. That's the way it used to be when we only had one bag. And you could switch clubs between holes, but like if you were switching to a club that you didn't normally use because you only had one bag, you know, maybe you always used your sniper, and then all of a sudden now you got to bring out a big dog, and you're not used to hitting with it. You're not used to the fact that it doesn't have as much ball guide. Make you think. Hole number 12. What is hole number 12? Apoc Katana. All right, which way's the wind blowing on this hole? I brought out a bigger side spin ball, and it did not seem to help. I'm gonna just pound it right over to the freaking green. Hell with it. If that's what they want me to do, then that's what we're gonna do. I've been doing a 10%, 1.1 times. I think I'm gonna try and do a rough bump to get out. I've been bringing it around and trying to lay it up in front and then take the short chip, but I am not, my perfect stuff is not, my perfect-ometer is not perfect today. What I need is more coffee. I may pause after this video and after this hole and go in and get some coffee. There's 2 less than max. Where's that put me? Where is that bounce? Okay, there's 3 less than max. .26 divided by 1.2, 2.4 rings. There's 2, 4. Two rings straight to the left. Missed it. And in the rough. Missed the rough. The most important part of a rough bump is hitting the rough. The second most important part of a rough bump is getting out of the rough. And I failed on the most important part of a rough bump. That's the first time all week I've taken that shot, so I can put it down to inexperience. And a shitty shot to the left. That's alright, I'm going to make this. And we'll get back on track. Whew, you're lucky you didn't end up in the drink, buddy. You are in the drink, but you're not in the drink. You can still recover. Do 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 do. One ring great to the left, maybe. If the wind didn't play a factor, that might go in. Ooh, skirted. I started off on the right hand side, so if the wind wasn't a factor, at least I was hedging my bet. I was close enough that it was questionable whether the wind was going to be a factor or not. Dag nabbit. Man, I'm going to be lucky to get a 28. That's the deal. All right, we still got lots of holes to play. Oh, there's some bad words coming out of their mouth. There's some advanced French coming out of their mouth. They're putting sentences together. I took French for 2 years and I learned how to say, I do not know how to speak French. That's it. And I learned how to count to 4. I was enthusiastic though, so. My teacher knew I took it just so that I could get my foreign language stuff out for college stuff. She was nice to me. Hole number 13. Hole number 4. Alright, 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 alright. Which way's the wind blowing? That wind works. That works. We'll take a Kingmaker. 1.2. So it's whatever the wind is. 3.5 backspin, 3 right hand side spin at the +2 mark. 2 rings off. Half a ticket curl. And a perfect would be nice. I wasn't feeling it this morning when I got up. I had a bunch of stuff I really wanted to play yesterday, but anybody who has a mother-in-law knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you can look up pain in the ass in the dictionary and you're going to see a floating picture of every mother-in-law out there. Three and a half. It was supposed to be a nice day yesterday. It was hotter than hell, but 2.3 rings. A half a ball of curl. And a perfect. This is the one shot at hole-in-one here, so like I do got a shot. Not enough curl. That's fine though. At least I'm back on the eagle track. I don't know how hot it got here yesterday. It was over 100. I think it was probably around 105. And as the day went on, it got more and more humid, where we had like 60% humidity. And where I usually chill out and play, it's really cool during the day. I've got trees and I've got a shade, and it's nice and cool right here. But at that time of the day, it got super humid back here, and she was supposed to come over early and didn't come over until like 7. By then it was way too hot. So I played today and wasn't feeling it, and I'm proving that I wasn't feeling it today. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. All right, I got an eagle. I did. I was able to get 1 eagle on the back. Look at that. 1. That is grim. I'm going to have to get eagles on everything else just in order to get myself to the 28 mark. Good game. Good game. All right. Which way's the wind blowing on this bad boy? The wind works. I'm bringing out I think I'm bringing exactly the same stuff that I had right there. I am. 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.2. All right, here we go. Here we go. I hit it 2 rings great to the left in the front and ended up in the sand. Let's see if we can hit. And it's set up, I could do like a 5 rings great to the right and still get over, and a 1 ring great to the left. But anything other than that, and I'm going to be in some kind of shit. Power 3.5 ball. Power 7. We're still new enough at this whole power thing that we're doing we're so used to having 7.5 years of Kingmakers and Titans being power 3 balls, and now all of a sudden they're power 6. So we're doing it's like trying to think metric when you've been working on the Imperial system forever. Let's do the wind first. I timed out on this hole. I got a hole in one and then I turned around and I timed out on this hole. Yeah. Do 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 do. Okay, right there is the spot. 265. I'm gonna push the wind out, maybe. And there's the 6.5. There's the 2. I've been taken out. Like I set the shot up and then I've been taken out a half a ring to get the bounces right. But because I was going against the headwind, I didn't worry about it. And there is an adjustment here, and I cannot remember whether it's a plus or a minus, but I think we need to add on a little bit of wind. Nice stitch job right there. I can't believe they didn't go back and smooth that out. You do not want to hit on that area right there where you can see where they stitched it together. You do not want to hit on that. Bad stuff can ensue. Just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. Here we go. And there's max. There's mid. Can I get up there with mid? And I hate being in areas where the ball guide's appearing and disappearing. .6 divided by 236. Gotta shoot. I can't look. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. Jeez. I was kind of in between right there, in between mid max, and I did a max. I wanted to go back and look to see where it put me, but I guess I'll take that. I guess I will. I guess. We've got 4 more holes and we need to pick up 70. We've got 4 holes and we need to pick up 11. Can we do it? I doubt it. Hole number 15. APOC Zerk. Which way's the wind blowing? Oh yeah. I've been doing 2 less than max topspin, but this time I'm gonna have to do all of the topspin, and I still don't know if I can make it over. It will lay the ball down big time, but we're at a point where I've been doing this shot all week, and I have tried to set it up. Let's do it. I'm gonna hit right up against the wind, and I'm gonna put all of the topspin on instead of 2 less than max. I'm trying to get all the way over. And I was in the right spot on the front, and then I didn't hit the shot to the cup perfect. Let me look at my inventory here real quick. They're coming after us. I'm going to bring this ball right here. I only got one of them left. It's got a little bit better. No. That's the same as a Zerk. Is that right? No, a Zerk's got 2 wind. This has 4. Cut the wind down just a titch, since we're going against a headwind for the first time this week. When the game first started, they did random shit just like they do in one-on-one, which is total BS. It's totally, it's so childish of them to do the whole little, well, hey, you're hitting a shot and you got a 10-mile-an-hour tailwind, and then 5 minutes later when you get to your next shot, now you got a 15-mile-an-hour headwind. And that's how it was for the first 6 months in tournaments. So you could get on a hole and it's like, wow, I got that tailwind I need in order to get up there to take a shot at it, and then the next person that gets up there's got a massive headwind and there's no way. And so it was total, that stuff can happen a little. It can when you're out playing. Alright, that's where I'm going. I'm trying to give myself as much room down here on the bottom. I'm going to put a bunch more curl than I normally put on it. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if I can even make the first bounce. No. I was trying to go to the left to give myself more. It's a ring set, it's 1.2 per ring, so a ring set's 6 miles per hour, and I was trying to give myself a little bit of room out there. What was I talking about? Ah, the wind. You can, it's especially good if you play in rounds, like if you're playing in a tournament, you play early in the morning, depending on where you're at, where the tournament is. Like if you can get out there when there's a dew in the morning, when you're like the 4th or 5th group that goes and the dew's still out, you can see from the people that played before you can see the lines in the dew, and then that stuff dries up as the day goes on, and then the people later on in the day aren't getting as good a read as the people in the morning. And the wind can, you can get a bigger wind in the morning as the sun's coming up and the wind's picking up, and then it can die down in the middle of the day, and you can get a little bit of that, but you don't have 10-mile-an-hour tailwinds and then 5 minutes later a freaking big ass tailwind. There's max, there's mid, I'm in the 3/4. What's up, puppies? What's up? I don't have anything for you. That looks like about right. And a 1-ring grate to the right, just for flavor. But it really sucked when we played in the tournaments and it was like that, where the wind was, and it was variable from one shot to the next. So one shot you'd have tailwind, and the next shot it was just like playing one-on-one. I have no idea, like, from their perspective, why they do that to us. If they really want it so that we have to bring out bigger balls all the time, then they should just make it headwind nonstop. Like when you're playing one-on-one, you always get headwind. The only time we ever see tailwind is when we're playing in tournaments or we're in a practice or we're doing some shit like that. But, if they really wanted to make it so that you had to bring out, and you notice that they have a lot of shots where we have headwind on the drive, encouraging you to bring out a bigger ball to fight the headwind. And then on the second shot, they'll bring out tailwind. Like, it's supposed to be random, but they could set the percentage up so that there's a higher percentage of shots that are headwind on the first shot. Hole number 16. Hole number 16. What is hole number 16? Hole number 7. What is that? All right, all right. And I've been laying it up and going for the shot because that's money, but I didn't hit it perfect on the front. Which way's the wind blowing? I'm gonna do the layup shot. Let's see if we can force. Let's see if we can force myself to bring to hit perfect. Let's see. Do I have any? What is that? That's a 2 power. I have one precision ball. One. All right. Is that going to really help me? Is it even worth bringing that out? Let me look here. If I got a 222, that would be 28. All right. I only got one of them, so I might as well use it. Use it up. And I didn't use the free balls that I never think about it. I typically don't bring out really special balls until the weekend round, and I never think about it in the qualifying and the opening round. I've got to, I'm just following my notes and playing the stuff and don't think about it. .4. I'm gonna do a ring. And I hit wow, I brought a precision ball and I actually was able to hit a precision ball perfect. What the hell's the deal with that? What's up, baby?
Hey, baby. Moms are coming over to watch another movie.
Okay.
Will you make popcorn for us in about an hour?
Yep.
Thank you.
See what my opponent's going to go for it. Going for it. Now, if they put enough curl on it in that spot where their arc is going like this, they could catch that fairway area and run towards the cup. And that's about the right curl. I didn't see whether or not they adjusted for the wind. That's actually a pretty good, it doesn't look like they adjusted for the wind. It does not. I'm doing plus 10, plus 1.1 times the wind. Minimum club. 1.1 times 1.4 divided by 3.5. It's 44 minus 1, 4. I'm going to do 0.4 of a ring. .4 of a ring. And hit it perfect. Hit it perfect. I'm glad I brought a precision ball. I think that would have been great to the right. Am I glad? Woo! In the hole. Jeez. There's a sticky spot down there, and I was trying to find that sticky spot. I was on the edge of it. I think if I'd have hit it great to the right, it still would have went in. I need to go back and watch the video from the opening round on the, I think it was on the front. And I really had found the sticky spot there, where I think I could have hit it great to the left or the right, and it still would have went in. And if you're on the outside edge of that sticky spot, it'll actually suck you away from the hole. And so there is a really good spot right down there on that chip. That's why I've been laying it up and not trying to go for it, because going for it is a iffy deal. But that spot you can get to relatively easy The deal is that my landing spot out there in front has been in different spots, and I'm not always in the same spot so that I can work that sticky spot. Sometimes I'm to the left and sometimes I'm to the right, and I need to work on just being more consistent on the drive and be in the same spot every time. Hole number 17. What do we have in store for us on hole 17? Okay, yeah, I remember. Which way's the wind blowing? Okay, we had the benefit on the front with the wind. I've been doing this shot where I lay it up right here and I go for the shot. Now this is going to give us a pure side wind to the cup. Whereas if you're out here, you're going to be hitting against a pure headwind to the cup. So, I mean, it might not be a bad idea to hit over here just because, you know, you could make a bad wind adjustment as long as you hit perfect. It's still got a shot. But on the front, the wind was going like this, and so with a bigger power ball, you barely can get over. But I was able to use the wind so that I could start off more to the left and bring myself around the bend. But with this kind of wind going through here, I'm not going to be able to get up into that spot. So if I do tried to hit over, I would have to hit it. I'd really kind of want to stay to the left and end up out here. And if we draw the arc, you know, I probably be a little closer from out here. I'm going to hit over there just because I think if the wind is blowing that direction, and I'm not going to try and get over. I'm going to start off over here with my big topper and bring it across. And that way I have a pure headwind. Let me think. I want to make sure I got both bags. In either bag I'm going to take. I don't have to take a bigger ball, but if I want to set it, I'll set it up with a bigger ball. Just so that if that wind is, and I'd have to get way up there in order for that to be a pure headwind. I'm just going to hit it straight forward. We'll just hit it straight forward. Let's see if I have any of these balls where I only have one. Only got one of those. And I'm going to use that bag. And I'm going to pull back to the +8 mark. Or +2 mark, excuse me, max topspin. 10%, 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.8 for my big topper. +2 mark, max topspin. I've been getting, if it was on a tailwind day, I'm not so sure it shouldn't be like a +15 or a +20% on the drive, because I've been getting way down in there. You need to hit it perfect, I know that. They still got that. That shot is still there. Get your bounces right and get over that sand. That shot is still there. Do. Nice. I might go for that. Can I go for that? Do I go for that? I'm going for this. .8, 1.1 rings. Hitting it perfect. That should put me, it's going to put me, I think, in minimum short iron, which is 3.5 per ring. And they're in mid wedge. They're less than mid wedge. Yep, nice. Hit that perfect. That's going in the hole. Perfect. In the hole. In the hole. Wow. 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 Okay, I've been doing 0 plus 0.1. There's max. So it's 2.7 divided by 1.1. It's 2.45. I'm going to do 2.5. And some change. Not much change, but just a little. Hey. .5 rings. There's 2.5 and a smidget. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. Jeez. Jeez. The ball guide right there was appearing and disappearing, and that's not a good spot, but I knew I was running out of time and I didn't have time to dink around with it. All right. I don't know whether a 28 would get me into the top 10, but that's the best that I can do at this point. And I'm sure that there's people coming up that could catch up, so I'm sure of it. I'm sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I could get to 30. Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea which way's the wind blowing. That wind works. I did a little bit of overpower on the front, which I did not need to do. And I overshot it. Let's try not to do that again. Let's try not to do that again. I'm going to bring that club. And I'm just going to pull the wind. With a pure tailwind, I'm going to do a plus 20. I've been doing a plus 10, but I'm going to do a plus 20. Max topspin, no overpower, and just see where I end up. I'm going to stick with the plus 10. 1.1 times. No, I better do the plus 20. Whatever the wind is, that's what I'm moving it. I'd rather take a chip and be short than be long and by 1 inch. What's funny in real golf is when you're out there on the courses, there's a lot of times where hitting into the rough is not a bad deal. There's no downside. Okay, I want to be right to the point where I'm missing the tree. Very, very little curl. 4, 5. .5 divided by 1.2. Oh, jeez. I'm just going to do 4. Whatever that is. And my alarm's going off. I put the equation in there and I forgot to put a decimal point, so it was my equation was all jacked up, and I was trying to figure out what I was doing wrong, and that is what I wanted on the front. That's all I needed on the front. Should have been 4.12 rings, and I think I did 4 1/4. And I was going, because I knew I was going to put a little bit of curl on there, I was going right where my ball guide's hitting that tree. Now, when the tree is here and the center point of my shot, because this is where my first bounces, is in front of the tree. So if your first bounce is on the back side of the tree and you put curl on it like that, you're just going to run right into the tree. But since my shot was set up in front of the tree, when I apply the curl, which isn't represented in your ball guide, it'll just pull you away from the tree. Now, a grate to the right can end up screwing you really hard there, but we'll see if a 28 will get me into the top 10 or hold the top 10. I doubt that I'll be able to get into the top 10. And if I do, it'll be unlikely that I'll stick in the top 10. But I really need a top 10 so I can recoup my ball inventory that I've wasted this week. And what's funny about it is that wasn't a bad round, but there's just enough of those that I didn't hit perfect on, or that it turned out to be a bad round. Bad round as far as score goes, but it wasn't too bad out on the course. Ooh, nice. Nice, my friend. All right, that was totally disappointing. That's 4 shots off of what I did. That's the worst round I've shot all week. That's the deal. I peaked in the opening round. Would have liked to have peaked this round, but no dice. Can I make it to the top 10? Can I stick in the top 10? That's the question. I don't even think I can make it to the top 10. Yeah, that is not going to hold in the top 10. I will be the top. I should be the top of the top 10s, but 32 at the top, that's all it takes. That's all it took. Think of all those dropped shots, all those not perfects, all those in the roughs. All right, there you have it. I doubt that is going to hold in the top 10, but we at least, maybe, a doubtful. What would they have to get? 22, 23, 24, that'd be 8, that'd be 30. Would they shoot in the opener? They could come up and knock me out. This is the person right here that can knock me out. There's 2, 4. If they shot what they did on the front, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's 29. That's the deal right there. 13 at 20. And there's no reason people couldn't pick it up on the back. So, and we got a 30 going on right there with Golf Diva. Yeah, that's not going to hold in the top 10. It'll probably be 15th. Just too bad, because I really would have liked to have at least got the 15 Berserkers and got my Berserkers back. And the shit I must have gone through. At least 20 Kingmakers this week, so down. All right, there you have it. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Not my best round, but that's what happens. Sometimes you're on the losing end of the club. I'm on the grip end. I will see you on the next one. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell. Leave a comment. What do we got next week? We got a 9-hole cup. I noticed that they put a 9-hole cup on here, so they gave us a couple days off. What the hell is the deal? And they never talk to us about it. They never come on and go, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. They don't ever, we're like mushrooms. You think that they would be all excited. They would try and get us excited about stuff and go, hey, Jubilee Grove. I'll have to go. I may be able to look at the pictures and remember how to play these, but there's some of these courses like this Jubilee Grove that I've only played in tournaments. I don't think I've played them much, if at all, in one-on-one. And so I'll have to go look at the photos, but I will do a scouting report. I'll try and do we have access to it yet? I'm not sure we have access to it. I should have came and looked to see if I won any chests. No, we don't have access to it yet. I'll go look at the pictures, and if I can remember what the holes are, I'll shoot a scouting report Otherwise, I'll have to wait until the practice thing comes out. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one. Be safe and have fun, my friends.